Where career ya? Ola to graduate in this school. You've graduated over 10 years. No job, POS or no bashi. Hey, at least you 10,000 bemio, 20,000 bemio. When nobody laga bash or laga. Where is your destiny and the future of your children? Olaga wa ye de time boy. Woka shikale gi olaga ono balele. Olaga to ni lolly ni Dubai. To ni lolly ni Lekki. Oni lolly Naja. Where are you? Omogo be. Ogo when the coffee bashi. Where are you? We want it since it was anyway. Where are you? Where are you? And let me give that mouth, that for Nara. I'm so sorry. No.
Any marker go remove him.
Ola mi make her like baka wu esa but unti olaga no ba she esa na Benje Nigeria Limited we ka pian wo ma tene wa she ene wa ba nu mara bagi then e ba buru oparun male gigi yeye ki yeye to ka jogo aja da ka bu male ba da ku then e baba o ya da
o ba se te yin we mo wi na olole economy ai ba bi baba emi oje enre Nika fe asojuwe. Nika fe.
Daba.
I'm fine glad you got me here. Have you guys come to give me money?
Daba.
Nika fe.
Daba. Nika fe. Ma binosa. Where ri? Ene to show otu flaja to shi youth naja. Ene ka amuna arabagi da ne wa ba buro wo. Unti trust ma bi olaja no ba she ni naja newe. Esan. So ene fe do bene ba gibi malere. Da wokabu malebi ye ki ye to ka jogaja te fe jola ja da dede ku
Hey
Tem chalere o me fe ku
o Oyo mara o ka shi Oyo gbe mi nonuwe gan to shi youth aja gan euro dere o ka gbe o gbe gba yi alaja we owó tá gbé wá tá bá ṣe ajajo àwa pín gba àwa ká gwajawe amagbo we gba shogona ba shitupa ba koli ba hospital uli ko bu mi emi ani dago buru atun gba gbewe gba we otun adede winokun ola ka kan ni ino gbe na ba kan ni lolorun bu dede awubewe anu gba beyan aja osa anre ma se pe gba adede tonu gba gwaja tonu gba joraja dede e wa san gba o àwa náírà tuntun o mo ta mama mo ni e wa se gba o adede to ka gwaja dede adede to ka joraja dede e wa san gba àwa náírà tuntun àwa tuntun bo yo ne yera o e wa san gba o adede to ka daja ma sa e wa san gba adede to ka daja ma sa adede to gba gwaja Nikari.
Agusi agba mi o.
Megi ba shi. Onuwe pejola. Sheki igi me mi gun ale akelegi. Ye to jimi yo. Mi yo kan o wa pe shu. Aka jimi yo ba shu sangwe. Nikan si fe de se gba boja we.
Baba that one enebe o.
Yes. For the wages of sin is death. But no father delights in the death of his children. Therefore, let everyone that do evil stop. For the time has come, the youth shall no longer keep silence. Never again are we going to stand and watch our community get wasted. Never again are we going to watch our resources being thwarted. This is a call for every well-meaning Ishakiri. This is the time to make this kingdom great again. This is the time to walk with our great king, Ogiyame Atuwatsé III. Long live Warri Kingdom. Long live Ogiyame Atuwatsé III. Ogiyame.
Lucky.
Your Majesty. Your Majesty, a wonderful drama piece. They adhered to the time given to them. They did it for 15 minutes. Let's put our hands together for the drama troupe. And the Dr. Anshi. All right, among those that acted, missing phone among the participants. Please come and collect. Thank you. All right, we want to, Your Majesty, with your kind permission, we want to move straight to paper presentation. And the first presenter, Group 1. Please, 15 minutes. If possible, make it 10:10. Please, we'll beg of you. Group 1, please. Ajo Yao. Group 2, get ready. 3 and 4, get ready simultaneously. Two minutes is away from your time.
Ogiame, His Majesty, Ogiame Atuwatsé III, Council of Chiefs, present here. INYC, Osinwe and Efe, standing before you, with your permission, sir, permit me to stand on the already existing protocol. My name is Comrade Ọyọ Ojobu, and we are here to talk about leadership failure and the cause that led to unemployment. Leadership, as we all know, is the bedrock of every foundation. Leadership upon which every society thrives. There is no society that succeeds today, His Majesty, without a visionary pioneering the affairs of the community. And this is what this INYC stands to represent. The youth of today have decided to take up their vision in their hand, as well as to lead with full potential. With me on this issue is my brother, none other than Comrade Joseph Ekutele. Please.
Oga. INYC. Ọ̀sán-Ìwẹ́wẹ́ Ọ̀nẹ̀fẹ́. I'm Joseph Ekutele. Without following the script, if you have been affected by bad leadership, you don't need a paper for you to express your pains. Because one way or the other, I don't know how to explain to my kids that are unborn that we have just 3 oceanic oil wells all over West Africa. And out of these 3, we have 2 operating in Ishekiri land. And we have so many youths unemployed. So the issues of underdevelopment, unemployment, poverty, even though we have pride that we are this and that. But let's talk about facts. We are poor. And we have wealth, but we are poor. These are leadership problems that you don't need books for you to express your pain. Now, we have people who are representing us in different capacities, different aspects, both in federal government, state government, in Shekiri oil companies. These people, what are they doing about the PIA, the Petroleum Industrial Act, that stated that 35% of all their employees must be indigenous of that place where they operate. If their hands are clean, I mean those who are representing us, if they are not representing their own interests, because a leader is supposed to be someone that the people send, not for your own agenda, but to portray the people's interests. So what are they doing about the PIA Act, the Petroleum Industrial Act, that also stated that every oil company who are operating in a particular location should relocate their headquarters back to that location where they operate? What are our leaders who are representing our interests doing about all these laws that have been made to promote our people? This is the time, this wanted us to speak out and pleaded. When you employ someone and the person is not doing the job that you're employing for, you are free for you to discharge that person, offload him, and employ new workers to come and deliver the job for you.
The problem of unemployment and bad leadership, we must note at this point, is a global problem. It's not only restricted to Warri Kingdom. Now, we want to look at some of the things the IYC structure can do to tackle unemployment. The IYC can, first of all, it all starts with the implementation of the IYC Charter. To tackle unemployment, we need good leadership. With the implementation of the IYC Charter, we are sure that we will have capable hands to lead the youth. After that, the NYC can then identify oil companies and then also do data collection. Also, establish a clear visionary leadership. Of course, we are asking for an NYC leadership, but it's also good at this point for us to note that it is not just IYC as before. We want an NYC that has a clear vision for direction. Also, the NYC can partner with traditional institutions and the local government. This will help us to assess census-like materials, ward level, youth list, and others. The NYC will engage with companies to request employment statistics and press for local content. There are so many more that the IYC can do to tackle unemployment, but this depends on the leadership structure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ogiame, the subtopic before me is the benefits of data collections. We all know that if we must effectively thrive in our communities, we must know our youth through their age. We also need to know their strengths and their weaknesses. Now, you would agree with me that not all of our youth would prefer the 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. job. Some would prefer to go through the entrepreneurship, and some other would prefer to go through the skill set. So Ogiame would do all of these things, collect the data to ensure that all youth in our communities are well captured. And this process will provide a solution which will give us a clearer view, a clearer picture of unemployment in our communities. And again, we need to ask ourselves, is it true that these IOCs, these companies, they don't really want to employ our youth, or is our youth that are not ready to be employed? This, again, will get through the data collection. We'll put everybody according to their strengths and their weaknesses. Also, we need to engage with the ministries and agencies. We all understand that not only IOCs, we see our federal government agencies. And what about our indigenous contractors? What about companies here in Warri Kingdom, which we have to engage with? So with the INC coming in place, we'll engage all of these strata to ensure that our youth are fully represented, our youth are also gainfully employed. In conclusion, the INYC is committed to addressing the challenges of unemployment in our communities. with the charter, collecting and analyzing data from NYC branches, ensuring that oil companies operating in our communities follow the strict attention of the PIA, promoting good leadership, tackle these challenges to drive employment in our communities. With this,
thank you.
Comes to the Ogiame.
Moving forward, Your Majesty, please, announcement. Among the don'ts, when you are sitting or standing before His Majesty, is leg crossing. If you know your legs are crossed, both male and female, please reverse same. So please, if your legs are crossed, reverse. Your Majesty, the next is to be handled by Ms. Orishekiri Awala.
Ogiame, Ojoy Baba. I want to see Ajamokian. Okay. The next on our list is Group 2. That's the environmental group. Please come on board. 10 minutes for you, please. Group 2. That's the environmental group.
Ogiame, we standing before you, want to present a special topic before you that is affecting our community, which is called environmental degradation and land reclamation in the Shekiri community, sir. We are facing difficulties in our community today. Ajamokian, IYC. Okay, we have a special topic to present before you, Our Majesty, Ogiame. The topic is called environmental degradation and land reclamation in the Shekiri communities. We are facing difficulties in our communities today due to oil exploration, deforestation, etc. This is the reason we choose this topic, because our land needs to be reclaimed back by we, the indigenous, and the youth of the Shekiri nation. IYC, I will call on Maris, an environmental specialist, to take the first talk.
Ogiame. Ojoy Baba de Demokian. INYC. Orúkọ mi Owenshi Ofegare Eno Untanarose Maris. I will be talking on environmental degradation and land reclamation. First of all, what is environmental degradation? I'll break it down so we can understand. It's when your land is going back in the reverse manner. It's deteriorating over time due to oil spill, due to gas flaring, due to mangrove deforestation, and due to coastal erosion. Now, ocean surge. What are these major causes? We have the natural causes and we have the anthropogenic causes. The anthropogenic causes is interwoven with the natural causes. Now, let me tell you, IOCs is one of our major problems in our riverine area. Because the IOCs, when we went to Ogidigbe, they told us that the distance between Ogidigba and Aruton is just like a stone throw. You can tell someone over the hand that I'll visit you in the evening. But now the distance is wide, because when these IOCs come to our communities, they dredge this river. And when they dredge the river, the Atlantic Ocean would then move with force. Thereby, our shore protection, which our natural shore protection mangrove, is being killed or deforested. So now, what is this? Where can youth now find their place in all this? First of all, we all have social media handles. Now,
We have our Facebook, we have our TikToks, we have our... Let's do advocacy. Community what? Advocacy. You have human rights law that can help you. This oil spill is actually a major cause in our communities. Gas flaring. This gas flaring is affecting the atmosphere, thereby releasing greenhouse gases, which is emitted into the environment, causes harmful effects on human. Now, our aquatic life. When this spill gets into the water, it's a threat to aquatic life and also to we consuming this potable water. Where do youth come in, like I said? Advocacy. Advocate. Talk. You don't just sit and our community is being wiped away with ocean surge. Speak out. Go to the necessary environmental policies. We have environmental regulation bodies that can help to fight all this. Like I said, the IOCs are a major problem in the riverine area. We have pictures of Ogidigben, Arunton. We've been to those places. Over time, those communities have been wiped off. As I speak to you, most of them need relief materials. Their communities is being wiped off. No house, no food, no farming, because they cannot live in that kind of residence. Ogiame. And we want Mr. Shine here to continue as he gives us the concluding part of this presentation. Ogiame.
Ogiame. So, my sister here has said a lot. She has given us the reason why we have degradation.
5 minutes
Today,
more.
I want to tell us what has been done by who? Our king. He is our leader. He has started it. What can be done? Following Ogiame's footstep. Oluwafori Environmental Stewardship and Advocacy. In March 2025, at an art exhibition in Lagos titled The Intersecting Worlds of Climate Change and the Mangroves and Heart, the Oluwafori launched a powerful appeal for the preservation of the Niger Delta's mangrove forest. He described mangroves as the lungs of our heritage, emphasizing their cultural and ecological significance. He condemned foreign attempts to exploit mangroves through carbon credit schemes, likening to a new form of colonialism. He asserted that such actions threaten both sovereignty and environmental integrity. The Ogiame Atuwatsé III, CFR of the Oluwafori, highlighted how mangroves offer a natural solution to climate change due to their substantial carbon absorption capabilities. He urged Niger Delta people, including the Ichekiris, Ijaws, Robos, and others, to do all they can to preserve our environment. Addressing coastal erosion and ocean surge, like my sister mentioned. Baba has sounded the alarm since 2024. Late 2024, the Olu's liaison office called attention to dangerous ocean surges threatening the Shekiri communities in Warri North local government area, urging federal and state authorities and the NGOs to intervene. We know that our Olori, our queen mother, and our mother, she has done her own part in preserving our environment. In her part, in May 2023, the Olori donated a loved garden and Edu playground to a primary school in Warri South local government area. That place is Iyara, and that is where I'm from. Please, can we give a round of applause to Olori? I would like to conclude with my final thoughts.
2 minutes more.
Both the Olu and Olori of Warri are clearly leveraging the royal platforms to drive environmental preservation, though in complementary ways. The Olu leads public advocacy and policy level engagements, fighting for ecological justice, safeguarding traditional lands, and ensuring local communities benefit from their natural resources. Our Olori focuses on grassroots impact, fostering early environmental understanding and sustainability through educational initiatives. Together, they form a dynamic royal front for both ecological protection and the nurturing of future stewards of the environment in Warri Kingdom. Okay, man. For this, we are happy, we are elated, and we say, may you reign forever and ever.
Thank you very much.
Amen. Okay, amen. So,
the next group, Ogiame. Ajamokiao. We are calling on the next group, that's group 3. Group Oketa, project monitoring. Please move forward as you present yours. While Antofe Kenry and Lumara Dan Lefuke, Awaki Kaniayi. Group 3, please make it hasty. While Group 4, get ready. Project monitoring, please be fast. 10 minutes, it's your time. Why Group 4, ward delineation and Lumara. I want to be stage way near Hama. Quick stage. Group 4, delineation, please get ready. Group 3, your time start now. 10 minutes, please.
Good day to you all. My name is Madam Edonebi. We are here to talk about project monitoring and community development. We are not here to say much. We are just here to enlighten you, to tell you the problems we are facing in our communities that affect project monitoring and community development. Thank you.
Ogiame. My name is Storisheju Progress Ukudien. I'm talking on project monitoring. Project monitoring is a system put in place to ensure that projects are not only initiated but also completed successfully, transparently, and with a lasting impact. Purpose of project monitoring: 1, to ensure that projects are complete successfully. 2, to have internal and external accountability of the resources used and results obtained. There are some abandoned projects in Warri Kingdom. 1, Cocoa Stadium by Delta State Government, Cocoa Shop Protection by NDDC, Cocoa Oreye Road by NDDC, Ugbodo Medical Center, and many more. My colleagues will continue from here. Thank you.
Ogiame, Afoshe. Okay, Arukomi, Joseph Okoti. I'll be talking on community development. What is community development? First of all, community development, these are a group of people living together, trying to change their living, trying to better their lives. And we go straight to elements of community development. Elements of community development. Okay. Element of community development. You have human. Human. Ominigi. Then a kakbarene. Ene yo. Derekede. O mata bisode. Eshan de kaju bowa. So o yele. Then a kakbarene. Where do me olobrane de to win anyway? Dance sangwa. And a magbarene. And a wa biye. And then a ka biye bojawe to rini ko. Ira awe. Anokben agbati dungbe. And I'm a kuwagege. Mowa fofi. Key approach to project monitoring. Okay, element, physical. Mokwewi element. Physical. Oh, yeah, let the garage now. Oh, yeah, let the car to Ajene. Toriniko. At where Rajere. What de Jojina Jare. You wrote there. Wa gba bodede we wa mini forge we. So o yele di sheki dede then e ka to ajene. Ma kwina gege finance. Weri ogo to ka waja. O yele re that gbogbo we that gba beju to aja. Ogo we anyama lo gba jolaja. Ajene wa sengwa. Weri wo ma gbe okoneri we gbari tebu gbari worry not wa sokun leaders ene baba to ugbo bi te ugbo we ai ka so ajare o ta to aja gegere that is sakuna we o yele gi ogo to ka waja ogo to ka win ni Shakiri then agbagba jolaja then ma gwaja ju were ma kwina kuro social weri o yele den e di mara o of social way onu se taja dede keneku to ni Shakiri kan ne
5 minutes more
weri den e dede den e di mara den e ka shushe ne to gbene as Shakiri ma kwina kuro environment den e beju to ajene atu e beju to ntu one oyode wa gba ne wore don't make beju. Let me just rush down. Problems of community development. Neglect of responsibilities. Where amamwe asolaja. Amamushegbe enaja do jolaja. Ma gwaja. Jolaja we. Yet another way. No nekonye to wagbe yegbe o. No nekonye. Makwina gege. Corruption. Benja. 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 Sir.
4 minutes more.
I'm a kuro. Youth unemployment. Youth unemployment. Where who say wash away? Well, marry no do way. Brother, give me, brother, give me. A year for where Ajamukia. Obawuru.
Ogiame. From our presentation, I want to give out the submission that we brought before the royalty and the Shakiri nation. And the first submission is formation of local project monitoring committee. Now we have listed some project that was a burden, and we have given some elements, but how do we not control it? So the first point here is to inaugurate a committee that will monitor projects in our community. Now from our write-up here, we specify that we should have a community development committee, but that will be powerless without the central body of project monitoring committee. So we suggest that there should be a central monitoring committee from the Royal Palace that will be backed by the Royal Authority and every powerful authority to help us. Now, the next one is regular stakeholder engagement, engaging community youth, trust, and elders council to be involved strictly on development. And we are talking, the next point is transparency and accountability. In transparency, we need to put in place leadership that will be transparent in their authority and the process in which they comes out with their responsibility. And the fourth point here is capacity building. The word of God says, faith comes by hearing. Also, fear comes by hearing. Now, out of the mind comes out, whatever we speak comes from our mindset. So we have need to build capacity for all our leaders. Then the last point we are presenting here is long-term development planning. The book of Habakkuk makes us to understand that it said, write the vision and make it plain on a table that he who may run. Leadership without vision is a failure, and a vision not communicated is dead. So we suggest that there should have a long-term planning for development in all our community, presented to the central committee for follow-up, and we should have a project committee that will be going to the state government, federal government, and other cooperation among our community to get out their budget and follow them all in total to make sure there is total compliances. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Ogiame. My name is Atuwatsé Iii. In conclusion, respected leaders, history will judge us not only by the position we held, but by the impact we made. Let us rise above division and personal interest to safeguard our collective heritage. Every completed schools, hospitals, functioning health centers, and every sustainable infrastructure is a seed sown into our future children and generation. I believe in the greatness of Ishekiri nation. I believe in the wisdom of our elders. I believe in our youths and in the resilience of our people. If we stand together in purpose and action, we will not only complete projects, we will build a future worthy of our name and heritage. May our efforts yield lasting fruit, and may our land prosper in unity and progress. Long live the warrior kingdom. Long live the king. Ogiame. So.
Group 4, please.
Okay.
Antofe Keren Awani Yanyene Bie. Group 4 and Lefun. Yes. Group 4. 15 minutes is the last group. 15 minutes.
Women, put your hand together. Yeah, come on, come on.
Retí mi o, gbọ́. INEC. What is INEC? Who is INEC? INEC na be the body for Nigeria wey dey in charge of voters card, voting party, and everything wey get to do with wetin election. So for this place, if you know say you no get voters card, you no be Shekiri pikin be that o. If you no get voters card, INEC don dey start their
INEC claimed to have utilized some technologies in carrying out this exercise, geomapping, GPS, and what have you. We decided to also probe further in that light. And what we uncovered was the monumental fraud, different from the narrative INEC put out there, saying that the Shekiris are minority in their homeland. But let's take note of something. Research, data, and this is the hallmark of what we came out with. Imagine if we had gone to bed, or we continue to argue in the previous light of previous litigations and various perspectives of litigations. Maybe the issue would have gone ahead in favor of the strangers living in our land, because I don't like to refer to them as our neighbors, because these are people who are now residing in our land and taking over our land, registering as voters, and of course, now governing our land. Just like the town crier made a call, it is necessary for us to populate our community, and even when we are not residing, when it is time to register, we must go back to our communities to register. Now, back to the issue of delineation. We discover clearly that this fraud was massive and monumental. It is not an oversight or some few errors. Thank God for what we did. That put the light out there to the world that INEC actually committed fraud. And this fraud is actually what has given the majority to the Ijos and Urobo on our land. Therefore, we are saying, as a way to go forward, we must continue to research and collate data, digging deep into every information that we find in our disposal. Now, INEC went about creating communities that are not in existence, renaming them fictitiously. And of course, INEC went outside its jurisdiction. INEC started populating communities that were not in existence hitherto, with numbers of communities and numbers of voters. What we know, naturally, is that in order to populate a particular unit or ward, it is the continuous voter exercise that populates a particular unit. But that wasn't what INEC did. We also found out that INEC went about adjusting boundaries of the Warri Federal constituency to include communities that are not inside Warri Federal constituency, all to give majorities to these strangers. Not only that, INEC cannot determine the population of any geography without relying on the National Population Commission. But INEC failed to do this. Hence, with all this information, we were able to uncover the fraud carried out by INEC. Now, with all these few points, I will not go further. I want my sister, Bonnie,
Standing before you, my father, is your son, Uremu Ayoshena Sopo. I want to say it's imperative that I lay a foundation. Because I'll be speaking about Warri South. It's imperative I lay a foundation about Warri South. Now because I've seen some of my age mates they kind of interwoven it. Now, we have DSEC ward in Warri South, and we have INEC ward in Warri South. DSEC ward is Delta State Electoral Commission, while INEC is Independent National Electoral Commission. We have 20 wards for DSEC. Just like example, in Ubangwe, we have a councillor in Ubangwe. That is for DSEC. But when it comes to INEC, Ubangwe doesn't have its own representative. It is Ubangwe and Orugbo that is a ward. Now, I grew up in Warri. I was born and brought up in Warri. There are names that are alien to Warri that I've never heard. But INEC brought it into existence. I heard name like Enwe. I've never heard that name. I heard name like Bolwama. Those are names that are alien to me in my existence, in my 35 years of being born and raised in Warri. So I want Chekiri to stand up that this could not happen in our lifetime and in our existence. Thank you.
Because of time, we may not be able to go into something which is very important to us today in Shekiri land and Nigeria. Everybody knows that what we use in Nigeria to develop Nigeria that makes Lekki that our leaders love to go to is basically the oil we have in Nigeria, which we have 30%. Even right now, they are saying it's about 33% in oil and gas, which brings us to the issue of Petroleum Industry Act. Petroleum Industry Act, which is the PIA, we'll be talking about its benefits, implementation, challenges we have been facing. We may still have to face, if we don't security, what we are facing today in Warri Kingdom, in particularly the riverine area, where this oil actually exists more. Well, so we won't just be here lamenting. We'll be doing way forward. What can we do as a people? We don't need to be downcast. We'll talk about the PI Act, first of all. The PI Act is a law which regulates the Nigerian petroleum industry. It was actually done and signed into law August 16, 2021. It was put in place by the federal government. It has been a battle by the entire Niger Delta people, saying that out of the 100% you are using to develop this country, what is for us? You heard about 13% derivation. You heard about 10 last time it was hell. But at the end of the day, due to whatever reasons, Jonathan could not sign it. He exited office in 2015. And when President Muhammadu Buhari came on board, he brought in the issue. He finally brought up the issue again. People agitated. The Niger Delta was not one. And at the end of the day, we have just 3%. Now, if we lick our wounds, we now say, brings us back to what we talk about, the 3%, which is what the PIE brings for us. We can actually be lamenting about the PIE being just 3%, and they having 97%. But we are saying, make use of what we have, and that is what brings us to what PIE can do for us. Improve governance, regulate the industry, foster economic growth, both for the oil companies, the government, and also for us, the host community. And it will help support those communities. There are different ways you can support those communities. From that 3%, we are just looking to say 3% is a better money if well managed. That 3% can be used to bring about development in terms of housing units in our villages, which will help us go back home, lights and others. Also, the keynote components of the PIA, we should talk about the NEPRC, yeah, people going there at night, which is the Nigerian Upstream Population Commission, the NMDPR, which is the Nigerian Midstream Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, the NNPC, and the most important to us, which is the Host Community Development Trust. Overall, this PIA seeks to transform us as a people, but we have challenges. The PIA actually was put in place by government, like most good policies we have in Nigeria, to help address insecurity in the Niger Delta. So you don't just get set and say, I want to begin, I will bust pipeline. It was actually put in place to help the Niger Delta region to promote sustainable development, give basic amenities to the host communities, believing that if they have good things there, they are making money from these oil companies. Not just about the oil company just making money. They will want to stop hostilities. That is what the PIA was supposed to do. But however, there are challenges. We have lack of community operating. They created this host community development trust, and they have so much power. They are the settlers. This law, if you have to look at it, I want to advise every Shekiri youth to go and buy it, study, and know that it is the Bible we all need to fight for our development. But the law actually gives more power to the settlers for now, and we pray that joining with other Niger Delta will push for more powers to be given, resting more on the host communities. You see that these oil companies operating in our land, most of these oil companies operating in our line, they hijack the host community dome. You could see when our monarch came in 2021, he had a lot of good plans, and he felt that one good thing that host community development trust can do for you is actually a non-governmental organization, and different international organizations can actually add to that 750 million. If it was a trust fund, different other people would key in beyond the Shekiris, international IOCs, and it brought the issue of Warri Kingdom Host Community Development Fund Trust, the one for onshore, the one for offshore. We also have the one for the chair. We have the areas that our people did not really give too much hope, which is the area of the places where NEPL, Konoye, and others are actually still operating. But being that Chevron, which is the CNL, they are the biggest corporation right now in the world land in terms of our oils they've been collecting. That is why he brought the issue of the PIA for us to be able to key in and develop our land. However, this has not worked. The reason is because the oil companies do divide and rule. We have registered PIA, but they will choose to manipulate our leaders to fight themselves, while the Ijos and the Robos and other tenants in our land are doing theirs. You hear Egbema Development Trust already working. You hear that of Baramatu already working. But ours is not working. Recently, you go to the NEPRC, they tell you that the one that our king has already registered, he said they leave her for one place. And some of us who were privileged with them say, why they go leave our king go for one place? And we were told that the one that your king did is actually the one that is registered. It's one of the first ones that were registered. He said, but the people that controls the kingdom, they said they don't want it. The people that controls the oil wells, they don't want it. And that is where people that cannot actually calculate what 3% is, people that cannot actually know what it means for you to monitor how these oil companies are using your land. That is who they want to put in place. That is the.
If you go to most of these communities, there are no structures, no buildings, nothing. And yet there are people in charge of these communities eating from the communities, but yet they don't have any structure in those communities. Another issue facing us, leading to insecurity in our communities, is lack of communication network. Lack of communication network. Most of our communities that have few persons as residents there are no good ways to communicate in some of these communities. At this point, I think I want to appreciate some communities that are doing well in that angle, where, for example, Jakpa community, where we have Oluye Amusboyo as the trust chairman, and we also have Obotraida community. They've also tried to address that issue. Another issue is that of mobility. So one of the challenges facing us, leading to insecurity in some of these communities, is easy access to these communities. You want to travel to your village, but there are no good, no easy means of traveling there. If you are there, you wish to come out by evening or by the next day. If you don't make good arrangements, no boat. But yet we have persons also living in such terrains that have easy access in and out of their communities. Another issue is installation of signposts. We keep saying we have communities here, we have this is Ijala, this is Katu, this is Obontaraida, this is Obitubo, this is this and that. But when you travel along the river, for example, most of the time you find it difficult to identify some of these communities. You don't know when you are leaving the first community to the next one, because there are no means of identification in these communities. That is why we have persons who come to dwell at the extreme end or boundaries of these our communities, and at the end, after staying there for 5-10 years, they form a community there because we don't have signposts to mark out our boundaries. Another issue facing us is that of community policing. Most of our communities lack community policing. You travel to the seashores, if you want to visit some of these communities, you'll see security at the entrance and exit of some of these communities, especially in the riverine. But in most of our communities, we lack this. It's just free flow in and out without being able to monitor who goes in or who comes out of this community. Solutions to this: one, there's an urgent need for construction of structures in these our communities. If you don't need $1 million to build in this riverine, if it's whatever amount you have, fix a structure in these communities. It will count for us in time of need. In the issue of communication, there are facilities and other things that can be put in place for us to aid communication in these are communities that are of difficult terrain. Thirdly, I want to talk about mobility. There is an urgent need for persons who have the ability to look towards investing in transportation system in our riverine. How can I want to travel to a community in the river and I have to plan for like 2-3 days because of the challenge of getting a boat? And the issue of installation of signposts is an urgent one. Therefore, we are calling on community leaders. Are you a trust chairman? Are you an Olaja? Are you a youth leader? Stand up and fix your boundaries. Stand up and mark out your terrain. It is urgent. And lastly, I want to talk about community policing. How can we have youth in our communities and our communities lack security structures? There is an urgent need to start building community policing. We don't need to go and get the police or soldiers from elsewhere. That is why we have outfits like anti-cult. That is why we have outfits like federal hunters. That is why we have outfits like the community vigilante. There is an urgent need for community policing. No stranger from anywhere will come and guide your community for you. What is yours? You need not a stranger to protect it. At this junction, we want to say, our Father, that all these topics we have talked about as youth, at least we have highlighted as challenges that are bothering us, and we have looked at it. And we are still looking at it too to get more solutions to it. All these are things that we wish to do, if given the authority, if given the power to do so. Therefore, our Father, we plead for your support to make us have our own leadership structure.
So, and Doctor, our last act for the day. Okay, our last act for the day. No Mary Bobo. Awuboe, Afe Kerry Bene. Mobe, Awanogwa. Fallout. Ahmed Adidi. Okay. Ogame Yoton. Davido, Big Whiskey, and Nene Shakiri.
Ogiame, Baba, so I'm here to dedicate a song to my king and all to Iwere land as well. And this song is a song of unity. Be it your mother, your father, we are Ishekiri. It's a song of unity that we should love one another. And I'm also using it to say that there are talented people, there are talented youth in Iwere land. There are people who can do it more better than I can do. There are 3 songs in a row. The first one is Who We Are, who we truly are as Ishekiri. The second one is Aliweremi. The third one is Omere. I will be singing Aliweremi, dedicating it to our king. Thank you.
Go ahead, please.
Osare bi mi, orewe bi mi, Aliwerewe. Oh, when I tell you, what are you to be with now? What at be what boring now? It's not a mistake, you are born of you wear red blood. It's not a mistake, say Momina Shakiri. When I see my Omere, I go tell her Omere Boko. Omere give me more win around, we go rap on. And never for Jenny. Boko wotewa. Mommy mi Shakiri. Daddy mi Aliwere. Aliwere wanate wa oh. Shakiri mi oh. Some say we are proud. We are just proud of who we are. If waiting you below give you joy, turn your back and walk away. Hey, Ogiame, king of water no get enemy. One people, one king. One people, one culture. Esenti mogba duro, iye mi omare shuli. Osagbo nujo, udomi re toyan. Mo ma tu ijapa, my people they there. Daloketa, my people they there. Ajamita, my people they there. Bokoda, Ukwanja Sapele, my people they there. Mommy mi Shakiri, Daddy re Aliwere, Aliwere wanate wa oh. Shakiri mi oh. Mommy mi Shakiri.
Next artist, get ready.
Daddy re Aliwere, Aliwere wanate wa oh. Shakiri mi oh.
Thank you very much.
Bira and Edokpe.
Bira and Edokpe. Akpewani. Bira and Edokpe. The next artist, please. 5 minutes, it's your time, please.
Okay, amen. So,
3 minutes. 3 minutes.
Okay, amen. So, so we share you a song.
3 minutes.
The song I want to sing today, I want to dedicate it to all the youths and all the beautiful mothers in the house. DJ. Mama.
Do it.
When I was young, mama fed me, mama pet me. Lot of pain, mama felt for me. Things she do, people always talks about it. In the life, people talks about it. I pray to Jah, Jah bless me. More than that holy oil on me. I place my feet up on the solid rock. That rock that can never be shaken. Me wanna buy mama Benz. So many niggas keep mama for the best. Tell me, drive the Benz. Girlfriend you meet yesterday. Remember someone taught you how to wear your clothes, how to wear slippers, how to wear sneakers, never to wear the wrong. So why keep mama for the best? For the best. Who are more abakale? Iye mi o. Who are more abakale? Who are more abakale? Iye mi o. Now you I was staying till the end of time. Who am yeah, now you I want to. More I buy for you, more I dream for you, mama mio. More I make you proud of. More I do for you, mama mio. More I do that, more I do this, more I make you proud. More I do for you, more I do for you. Anywhere you want, I'ma take you to. Once for life, you man.
Thank you very much.
Okay, amen.
The next artist, please.
NYC. I beg and say, Neseni 3 worry. Worry South. Southwest. Worry North. Aliwere. Oh yeah, now do one for me. Yeah. It's a song OCA. I want to be following Amama. The song I love the father. Washi. Safasuka. Don't worry. Shakiri. Don't worry. My lady Sunday, or when I get it on Quail, Shakiri. When I Ekebusha. Kowele we, to work with me, then a customer. Mopianri. Tree worry. Southwest Unka. Tree worry. Aliwere. Tree worry. Unka. Tree worry. Shatiri. Tree worry.
Thank you very much.
Southwest
Thank
Unka.
you very much.
Worry. Aliwere.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Multinationally.
Thank you very much.
Your life.
Arena yimena yeshuke. Oh na. Ebie ka pone gbaju wan yewe. Oh na ye. Woman emi dumu ne gbadon na ye. Woman emi dumu ne gbabo tu sere. Ni kan won wa gba ade gbadon na ye. Boro won se abitie. Osamalada kwa kujagba won ye. Ore malada kwa malada gbe pedegbe do ye. Iwere oye agas oge amegu ise agbo maja. Omaja da ku gbagbo pe. Doko ma pone na regbo. Oh doko ma pone na regbo. Oh Ogiame.
Thank you very much.
Listen. Osamalada kwa kujagbe won. Ore malada kwa kujagbe won. Ajamalada gbibedegbedo. Listen. Iwere oye agas. Osamalada kwa kujagbe won. Ore malada kwa kujagbe won. Ajamalada gbibedegbedo. Iwere oye agas. They don't know.
I want to bring in our uncle Cook wants to take.
Thank you. Ogame, please, announcement, particularly to gentlemen of the press. Among the last activity for today is Royal Choir performance to be performed at the church auditorium. But please, it will be called off to enable us prepare for tomorrow. We're going to meet tomorrow morning by 10 a.m. We're all seated awaiting His Majesty's arrival. So finally, the owner of a Nokia phone that fell while Benje performance was going on. Nokia 3310, please. So please, His Majesty is about to address us. Ajamokia, Onuwecho Tabejo, Boba Jederekpa, Baba Febenefo. Ajarekpa, Owenefe Benefo.
Okay, amen. Ajamokia, Baba Kia Dedeo. Ọ̀fọ̀tì bàbá fẹ́ bá a fọ̀ oyè aṣínúbó dé mi rọ̀gbà èso fọ́ mi ò ọ̀fọ̀rọ̀ rẹ̀ òun náà bá a fọ̀ ó kà ṣe ọ̀fọ̀ tó náà bá a tó ṣe ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ àjà a máa tẹ́lẹ̀ jẹ́ ìrẹ̀lẹ̀ àjà àbọ̀wọ́ ká pè é fúláwà àjà ó ṣe kí fúláwà àjà wọn á máa jù ẹ̀yìn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ gbó àìrẹ̀lẹ̀ àjà rẹ̀. Ogiamagi wọ́n yọ̀ bọ̀ rẹ̀ àwọn awé. Ó jọ̀lọ̀ jẹun ogún gidigbo tó ti gbà wẹ̀ kékeré gígí. Ó yẹ dájọ̀lọ̀ gbá a jọ. Dájọ̀lọ̀ wéwọ̀n nà gbá a. Dájọ̀lọ̀ má yè gbá a. Bí kẹ́lẹ́kó gbà sún ègbè kí Yorùbá wà òní. Tó gbà sàn bí ṣẹ̀kiri dèdè. Ọ̀la àmà. Èṣèkí tó fẹ́ gbàjà gbóko jẹ́ o. Do not do money. Dajawe do san. Àwa ti gbègé ní ọ̀nọ́rọ̀ November lọ́dún tó bọ̀ wé. Wọ́n pa ògbájọ tó wí náà sí tó ṣe ti NYSC. Wọ́n pa ní ẹ̀rẹ̀. Gbàgé dàtú ṣe. Ó kà mú
caretaker committee mo jẹ ta ṣé a máa wẹrẹ gbàgé dá ṣe ní ìwé títán tìrẹ ìwé kíkó rẹ èèwọ̀ náà jọ lọ́rùn ó náà bàrùn jẹ́ gidigbo níjọ́ ẹnẹwé ó náà bàjẹ́ ó yẹ dẹ̀ dájọ́ ìjọ̀lọ́ ní. ó kà dẹ̀ kí mìíràn gbẹ́ àwọn tó kó jẹ́ gbàgede àjọ̀lọ́ ní ẹ̀ ó kà mìíràn gbà tó ọ̀nọ́rùn kejì náà February lọ́dún yé òun mú gbà á. kúrò àánẹ̀ ó náà dùn mọ́ náà kẹ́díkẹ́dẹ̀ àrígí ìkọ́kiri bá gidi jẹ́ wọ́gọ́nà ẹ̀rẹ̀wé tó mú gbà á ẹ̀jẹ̀dó rẹ̀ gàrà ó kà lẹ́ gbà falẹ̀ ọ̀nà mẹ́fà ó bọ̀ ọ̀rẹ́ àyè ní june dẹ̀ ó yẹ tó tó dámọ̀rún wé tó ògùn rẹ̀ dàgbà rẹ̀ náà wá. àyè ẹ̀nẹ̀ tó fẹ́ gbó ìṣẹ̀wò tó náà rẹ̀ nẹ kẹ́kẹ́ àtúrà yìí wéwé kẹ́níkẹ́dẹ̀ ẹ̀nẹ̀ wàá fẹ́ gé àtúnmúṣẹ́ gbẹ́ uṣẹ́ àgbòbí ẹ̀ o amat àgbòbí ṣe you don't know it àgbòbí is a midwife amat midwife jẹ́ òun ìṣiṣẹ́ tó ń wí committee wé dáàbò òun gbòbí youth organization tìtàn tó wà lẹ́fún àárín òbíwé àná ẹgbà rẹ àárẹ̀ rẹ̀ gidigbo níní ní oṣù àṣegbà tún àwọn rẹ àárín wọn náà retí ohun tí kẹ́nẹ́kú wọn náà gé táwọn náà gígbà kẹ́ẹ̀fọ́ bàbá ọmọ fọ̀rọ̀ ewé bàbá kàlà fọ̀rọ̀ ewé ohun tẹ̀ dókítà retí irun tọ́ láàrin wọn ká gín lókà jẹ́ gín ìjẹ́sí ọ̀fọ̀ ohun òkà ṣètò àgbọ̀n tún tọ́ láàrin gín gbàgbà ní èròǹgbà òtún ẹ̀rọ àdẹ̀ tábàgì aláti gbòbí wẹ́rẹ́ aláti ṣe rẹ́ ọ̀rọ̀ fọ̀rẹ́ ògì ẹ̀ẹ́nẹ́wé kéwé tó wá ṣe táwọn àgbà fọ̀gbẹ́ rẹ̀ wọ́n wá dèdè gidi dèdè jọ tó dèdè wà ní mi jọ tán aláti rìn náà gbá kẹ́rẹ́ fọ́ ìrẹ́ bọ̀bọ̀ wé náà tó jẹ́ kí torí tara rẹ̀ tàǹfẹ́ kí ló ra wẹ́ẹ̀rẹ̀ anka tóró gbáka bí òjìrì ní lówé má nórí wo lówé má nórí wo àdẹ̀wé kéré jù wò má lèlè àndẹ̀ òun ẹ̀wà ní mi jọ gbájà wò nú jìrì tó rẹ̀ àgé kúrẹ́ ìgbàrè alátìmúṣẹ ẹ̀ bu urun ọkàn tìrẹ́yìn náà fọ̀ ní ó kà ṣe ọjọ́rí tó wá mí ajá ọ̀nà tó wá ní mi wú ẹ̀ tí ó tó mọ̀ kí wọ́n yá ọjọ́rí ọ̀nà tó wá ní mi wọ̀ ọ́ ẹ̀ gbà mí ajá ro ó kà ṣe òjì ọ̀dán wọ́n má bọ̀ òjì ọ̀dán wọ́n má mọ́ tó òjì ọ̀dán kúrò. wọ́n má tó òjì ọ̀dán kúrò wọ́n èdè ṣe fúláwà jàjò ẹ̀rẹ̀ àyìn tẹ́rẹ̀ kẹ́nu ọmọ gín kètègín ọ̀nà táwọn anímí nẹ̀ gbàwé ẹ̀bù rẹ́gbìn rẹ̀ òkà jẹ́ kí ọ̀dọ́ mẹ́rin tó wá gbà rẹ̀ kẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ọ̀dọ́ mẹ́rin gbà tó èèwà gbẹ́dọ̀ bọ̀wọ̀ ọjọ́ ríro èèwà bọ̀ òjì ọ̀dán àwọn ẹ̀wọ̀n fẹ́. àánà èpò àpòrè ó kàgé ó sàn dómàrà ṣe gígé wọ́n fẹ́ kí tóun kókókó rẹ̀ wọ́n aṣòro ní àwọn káàdé gígé wọ́n má ṣe ọdún méje-lé-ọgbọ̀n wọ́n ní gbígbé rẹ̀ gbà wọ́ wọ́n má gbọ́ ọdún méje-lé-ọgbọ̀n gbà wọ́ àwọn àgé wọ́n má mú mẹ́rin múlù méje-lé-ọgbọ̀n ọ̀kan lójì wọn wá ṣe hàn àyìn dẹ̀rẹ́kẹ́ igi oríwọ ọdán tó gbà ìṣojú ọdán rẹ̀ ọdán kàlẹ́ òjì ìgbẹ́dọ̀ bó wọnú ẹ̀ ìgbẹ́dọ̀ bó wọnú pò wo aṣálẹ̀ ní ọ̀nà tó ti ogun náà dán tó wà ṣe òjò ọdán rẹ̀ wo aṣálẹ̀. wo máa ṣálẹ̀ ìgbà tirẹ̀ àwọn tún nẹ̀ ṣe o àwọn tún ṣe o ọ̀nà tó gbà tiẹ̀ ṣí bó ṣálẹ̀ tó yẹ tó ká gbógbárè àfẹ́gídógún rẹ̀ tó rọ tẹ́ ká gbógbárè. tẹ́rẹ̀ ké ọ̀nà tó ṣì gbàtì òun wá gbùpò rẹ̀ wá ṣiṣẹ́ rẹ̀ tán máa ṣe tán kúrò lẹ́sì tá a ṣe tòrò tẹ́rẹ̀ wẹ́wẹ́ agbọ̀dọ̀ kan lé òjì gbà pé wúwẹ̀ rẹ̀ láti ṣàlẹ̀kùn náà. àbọ̀bọ̀ wí náà tó jẹ́ kí òun àjẹnẹ àyọ̀lọ́gbọ́ tẹ́rẹ̀ òtúmọ̀tẹ̀ fọ̀tìwé máa gbóhùn ìbò gbàdá fọ́ kékeré lójó lọ yẹnẹ pétépété tó ń ti bàbá náà fọ̀ níbowe efẹ́gídówé tí ó kà kúrò kàkìtì tí ó kéjì kéde lẹ́fọ̀. Last November, the body that was then on was dissolved, and a caretaker committee was constituted to midwife a new body. And while this committee was working to get this done, new obstacles were continuing to crop up. And of course, they were working hard, but time had passed. He had expected that by February of this year, they would have concluded their work. But in view of the obstacles they were coping with and addressing, it has become so prolonged. However, it's got to a point where he said he cannot allow for this midwifing body to keep running like an autopilot. It must come to an end where the proper thing should take off. Part of the controversy was the age limit of who should serve in the body. He had said no one should be there. By the time one is 40 years, you are already no longer a youth. It is time for you to move on. That will even make room for several others who are available, because there are many of you who are capable and who should also be given the opportunity to be available and contribute your portion. Furthermore, it is not only when you are elected into office that you can participate, whether you are in or out of office, but work in such a way that those who are in office, they are being supported by you, your effort to make them succeed more easily. Not to antagonize, destabilize, and make it difficult for them to perform. Because, you know, this is what has been happening. Some people will be put in place. Those who feel they should have been there, they will not allow them to work. They will keep bringing all kinds of problems so that they will not perform. That should not happen. Play your part, complementary part that will make those who are there to function effectively. Towards the end of last year, we specifically took a position about this age limit, and this is what I have explained. There have been many speculations about what Ogiame had in mind when he decided to address you today. A lot of speculations. But make no mistake, Ogiame has no hidden agenda. Ogiame is not leading you in a blind alley. Today, is saying that the committee has worked, they have worked long enough. It is time to now move on to the next stage. The interpretation of this instruction may be generated by people to create undue tension. There should be no tension. Ogiame has no other agenda but to see that the youth function effectively. They use the platform that is provided both for them to get trained for higher responsibilities as well as to play their role, the role that they are fitted for. Because we need all of that so that we can go on and achieve a great deal more for our people. Of course, we know the different bodies that have come and gone, different versions that have come. Like you had the Warri Social, INC under Daniel Reniju, under David Tonwe, under Ismail Yawani, and then Wayne Agbatairo. Those are eras that have played their role and gone. As we see, our youth body has evolved over 4 decades due to various situations and circumstances. Today, the situations are different. The challenges are unique, and we must address them in that context. So, we must have a structure that answers to this. Everything Ogiame does is meant to be with the best intention and consideration. That is what he has at heart. There are many variations, like he has already said, there are many variations of IYFC. Native Youth Council, National Youth Council, National Youth Congress. It has become apparent that in trying to rebuild and rebrand our youth body, the IYFC has now to be general, to have a name that is not confusing and must have a flavor that reflects what the mood is for the moment. Today, we throw out the bad bath water that have been in the past, but without throwing out the baby. You understand that? Throw out the bad water from the bath, but don't throw out the baby. That is what he is doing. So, it is therefore Ugbarajo Ishekiri youth. And of course, make no mistake, this is Ogiame's responsibility. Ogiame reigns over the entire Iwere people. Young or old, male or female, wherever they may be, Ogiame is on top of it all. Therefore, what he does, what he is doing, is for the sake of all and sundry. Time is of essence. Alati Burera Baba, Dosama Baodiye, time is of essence. The burning issue, therefore, is that he is given 1 week to the committee to round up such that by the end of this month, which is in a week's time, they will conclude their work, and their work will come to an end. A week from today is 30th August. Therefore, dear committee, be up and doing to round up so that the new body that will be in place will start from September 1 this year. And by that September 1 this year, you will present the new people to His Majesty. For him to bless and for him to ensure that you are working and are going on accurately. Of course, it should be understood there is never a time when we shall finish all the work at once. But as we go on, as it is now, whatever needs to be adjusted, Ogiame will give the word. He will give the command. But know that you are doing this according to the tenor he has now given. 1 week from today, today Saturday 23rd, 1 week from today, you will finish this work, present the new group of people, bearing in mind age 37. Age 37. There is no going back on that. And all that you have done, package it together and bring them before him so that by the 1st of September of this year, she shouldn't know what he was explaining. The age 37, age 38 can also come. But, listen. Whether age 37 or age 38, the December of the year where you are year 40, you must leave. Is that clear? Whether you enter at age 37 or at age 38, listen. Whether you enter at age 37 or age 38, by the December of the year when you turn 40, you must leave. So that by the January of when you were 40, your deputy or your vice takes over and you cease to be. This, therefore, is for your information as well as for the mandate of the committee, so that as they put it together, it has to be on that basis. So finally, please listen, finally, Ogiame expects that, as it was said earlier on, whether you are in and out of office, the fire of the development, peaceful development of Ishekiri should burn inside of you. Now, this does not mean you should be working against those who are constituted. Walk along with them. So that even when you are 40 and you are no longer bearing that office, let it not be that you will say, if the house fall, make it fall. Don't ever do that. Still give your best in support of those who are there. Because when they succeed, you also succeed. When they succeed, the whole nation succeeds. Have that spirit in us. We keep saying it. Is that not what we say? You do not be in one boat and you overtake one another. Where are you going? It's the one boat. And the Ishekiri doesn't have two boats. Do we? No. We have only one boat. And we have only one captain. And who is he? So let us therefore go on in this spirit. Again, Ogiame has no favorites or others that are not favorites. All are his children. Only be determined not to be a spoiler. Be determined to contribute. Contribute your quota. So that whoever is there, work for him to succeed. Because when he succeeds, you succeed, because all of us will succeed together. So, Ogiame blesses you. And Ogiame prays that God will bless you and prosper you. That as this next stage is going on now, come September 1, 2025, a new platform will be established. A blessed platform will be established. And all of us will be part of it. Work for it. And God will bless it. Several of the problems that have been highlighted in the presentations here, many of you may not know how tirelessly Ogiame has been working. A lot of things are going on, but be rest assured, this ship will not go astray. Be rest assured, this ship will not go aground. Be rest assured, this ship will not miss its harbor. Because God leads Ogiame, and Ogiame is leading the way. Let us all queue behind him and follow him. It will be well with us. Ogiame.
Flower jadede mukianga ubowe nonuwe ni ishikale flower ja to mi ni laju eyiwe nonuwe we ni rakira norire yiwe sisibe agigbene gbogbo oruko flower ja teneka je kitikiti koko o le si nonuwe ku onuwe gbare oruko tenewa je won si gbarajo Ishekiri youth Ore yiwe Congress we láti adopt orúkọ we tẹ́rẹ̀ mo wá bírọ̀ ẹnẹ wé dèrè tó bówé ẹnẹ foríjẹ ní orúkọ títàn wé ẹnẹ tó bó dèrè ẹnẹ foríjẹ ní orúkọ títàn wé ẹnẹ tó bó dèrè ẹnẹ foríjẹ ní orúkọ títàn wé kónú ẹgbàre ugbàjọ ìfúláwàjà òun ṣì Ishekiri ugbàràjọ Ishekiri youth Iwe esi tena ya shatawe ene wa yide ba mu joroko we ajamokian o. They're not a closing prayer. They're not a closing prayer.
Signal. Okay. Eye contact. So when you're there, without they talk.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. That's why. Who they hold this one?